The first half, leading for the first time in the game on the touchdown throw to Lake Dawson. Don with Beasley Reese. It has been a day of big plays in this opening game, and everybody that wondered, Beasley, are the Oilers really a good team? It's found out today they are a very good team because we know Kansas City is one of the best.
Well, a lot of my friends, what game do you have? I've been telling people I've got the best game in the league this week, and it's really playing out to be that way. I think both of these teams will have great seasons. We've seen great plays from great athletes.
Well, we've seen some big plays, too. One of them was a former Chief scoring the game's first touchdown. Willie Davis, number 86, blows by and opens up.
I think it's a blown coverage here. You see Dale Carter relaxing, allowing him to go by. That is inexcusable. The Kansas City coaches will be all over this, but at any rate, Chris Chandler puts it right on the money, and they're ahead.
Willie Davis, number 86 of the Oilers, the man who led the Chiefs in receiving yards the last 4 years. Now here the Chiefs are in action.
Well, see, Tamarick Vanover, I think, just out-positions Chris Dishman here. He outweighs him by almost 20 pounds, and he puts himself in the right place.
And the final touchdown of the half, the one that gave the Chiefs, they actually tied the game on the extra point. Gets the Chiefs in front. This is the Lake Dawson.
That's the Lake Dawson move on Darrell Lewis. Lewis bit on the fake of a quick slant, and that's the reason he makes a lot of interceptions. You know, he's aggressive. He bit on the fake, and then from there, it was a touchdown for Lake Dawson.
More big plays to come. As right now, we're at halftime, and it's 17-16 Kansas City. As we look at the Coors Light halftime stats, what jumps out at you there, Beasley?
Really, nothing jumps out at me here. The big stat is not on there. I think that being penalties. There are a lot of penalties in this football game. Time of possession, Houston has a slight edge, but all of the other numbers, and you know, Kansas City with the 2 turnovers, but other than that, the numbers are consistent with a tight ball game. They're close enough to kind of, you know, verify what we're actually seeing. A couple of great coaches here. Marty Schottenheimer saying that he wants to have more consistency with his wide receivers and his quarterbacks this year. They had trouble with that down the stretch. So he's actually substituting less. You're seeing the 2 starters go in there, and they stay in there.
Penalties have been a very big factor in this game. The Oilers have been penalized 8 times for 82 yards, including that long pass interference call against Darrell Lewis, and then followed up by him throwing his helmet for an unsportsmanlike conduct. And that led to Kansas City's first score when they were down 10-0.
You know, a couple of things in this game. You know, Eddie George is struggling. Marcus Allen has not been able to get on track, but that man right there, Chris Chandler, has been on the money. I think the quarterbacks have played very good. I think we'll see Kansas City try to find a way to get Marcus Allen the ball in space. Look for some swing passes out of the backfield, maybe some screen plays. They've got to get his one-on-one ability against that defense.
It's all about hitting, and we'll see some more of those pops that free up the football. The Chiefs with 2 big turnovers in the first half, still surviving those to lead the game. Here is a kick downfield, and it's fielded over the shoulder and handed off to Mel Gray. Gray looking for room to go, and Kansas City special teams doing a good job of hemming in this ever-dangerous kick return man. William White, number 35, was the guy that got down there and stopped him. So Chris Chandler and the Oiler offense comes back out. There's Mike Stock, the special teams coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best in the NFL.
You know, those guys must have a heart rate that is immeasurable. Those guys are always pumped up. They're always slapping somebody,
really
pushing people.
I saw Carl Peterson at halftime, Beasley, and Lamar Hunt, the owner, Lamar, and the general manager, president, Peterson, they were both talking about how true Houston is. He said, we thought they were this good, but now we know they are. Wycheck makes the play, and Chandler again with his sprint out finds a way to get the ball to his H-back for a first down.
I want you to take a look at the veteran Neil Smith here. This is one of the quickest linemen in the league, even after all these years. Look at him go down the line. Once he recognizes the play, first of all, he tries to delay Wycheck and then tries to get in on the play on Chris Chandler. But that's great recognition. He slid down the line, recognized it was a fake, tried to bust up the play by grabbing Wycheck.
But Wycheck gets ahead to the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Houston, and there's a player down now for Kansas City. Talking to Lamar Hunt at halftime, a lot of people still point to him as we just mentioned. There's a player down for Kansas City. Lamar Hunt, the owner of the then Dallas Texans in 1960 that moved to Kansas City to become the Chiefs. And people said if it wasn't for Lamar Hunt and his leadership and integrity, there never would have been an American Football League. Lamar called the group of early owners like Bud Adams of the Oilers and Ralph Wilson at Buffalo the Foolish Club, because it was a long shot this thing was ever going to work. Looked like it might have been Mark Collins who went down.
Okay, let's take a look. Coming in here at the top of your screen, Mark trying to make a play, and really what happens is Wycheck is a big man. He puts his thigh right on Mark Collins' shoulder, and it looks like that's the area that Mark is holding, and the doctors and trainers are checking. Mark with a great career, of course, with the Giants. A couple of Super Bowls, super cornerback. And as he has aged, they moved him inside to safety, where he had a super season last year. One of the nicest guys in the league, a fun guy, and a super football player. He jumps up and runs off the field here.
Terrific player, an 11-year veteran. He was going to retire this year, as you know, Beasley. Then they thought really after the disappointment of the Colts loss, he'd like to make another run at a Super Bowl. As you mentioned, he played on 2 Super Bowl winners with the Giants, Super Bowls 21 and 25. He was a key defensive back and a very relied-on player. And it was, of course, Mark Collins who beat the Oilers last year when he picked up that Todd McNair fumble late in the game with just seconds remaining and ran it back in last November.
This that shot on the shoulder that Mark took, you can see him holding it and bent over, holding the arm stable. Let's take another look at that. Here he is once again coming in at the top of your screen. He only gets a piece of the shoulder on Wycheck, and unfortunately Wycheck's a big man. Wycheck weighs about 250, and you see Mark Collins holding on to his arm, but really holding his arm to keep the shoulder immobile.
We're not doctors, but looks like it could be end this afternoon. Will they bounce back? You never know. You never know. He's hurting right now. Mark Collins, a very important player for the Chiefs. First down Oilers. They trail Kansas City 17-16 early in the second half. Chandler again with a play fake, a rollout, a throw downfield. He comes in high, and a good defensive back play by James Hasty, who put a hard hit on Chris Sanders as the ball came in.
James Hasty was basically lying in wait for this play. You see it's super man-for-man coverage. Hasty focusing on the defender, and then he's able to come back in plenty of time. But I think once again, see, that's the second drop by Chris Sanders when he's had to go up high and wait, knowing that he was going to get cracked. That's a little concentration issue that he'll have to work on, focusing on catching the ball, knowing that you're going to get popped.
He's been getting popped all day. He has made some big plays. Now we go to the run as the Oilers try to catch the Chiefs coming. And the penalty markers are in the backfield of the Houston Oilers. This could be their 9th penalty of the day. Virtually all of them on their offense. It's been a hair-trigger Kansas City defense. These guys are, the blink of an eye, are off after the quarterback. Big defense and very fast. Sally Amu at 320 pounds. Joe Phillips at over 320 pounds. The 2 tackles. Vaughn Booker at defensive end. He's a fast guy.
You know, Phillips, they wouldn't even give us a weight on the guy. That's right. He's just very big.
Estimates.
They wouldn't give you exact weights.
Offside. Defense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. Second down.
Derek Thomas left early.
That's Mark Collins. They are still attending him. They say it's a right shoulder bruise and questionable whether or not he will return in the contest.
Trainer trying to get him to flex his arm. Doesn't look like he's ready to do that just yet. It is second down and a long 5 for the Houston Oilers. A handoff. And again, the Chiefs shut down the run.
Well, this is a long day for Eddie George.
Martin Bayless got in there.
so far, I should add.
Yeah,
Something about these great backs. They'll break one. Let's take a look and see if there was anything there. You see, you know, you just threw out the numbers of this defensive line in the air. He's doing a great job. And Bayless plays, he's a tweener, like half defensive back, half linebacker. He comes in and makes the play there.
That brings up third down for the Oilers. Big rush. Good protection for the moment. Chandler sidearms the ball and makes the connection, running in the open field. And inside the 40-yard line is Derek Russell. And on a third and long play, Chandler brilliantly loses the pass rush with a rollout and hits his man.
Now, the first thing that he had to do was avoid Derek Thomas. You watch Derek come in at the top of your screen, trying to get to him. Chris recognizes that he's got to back up to get around Derek, finds his target. Now, watch the catch. Russell has super hands. We've seen him make a couple of catches in traffic today. He's a very good receiver.
He is a very underrated player. Derek Russell, you see his 2 catches for 40 yards. That was a huge one on third and long. The Oilers down by 1. Looking to throw deep as Chandler. Lost the ball downfield. He has a man down there. That's Davis, and it's broken up at the goal line. Dale Carter was right with him and separated Willie Davis from the ball at the goal line. What a game.
I love it, and as an old defensive back, to see these cornerbacks and wide receivers dueling downfield, it doesn't get any better for me. They are dramatic plays, long balls, and look at Carter timing his jump in excellent position to knock the ball away.
Actually more of a middle-aged defensive back, not an old one yet.
Is that what I said? Did I use the word old?
Old.
Oh, my goodness.
This game can make you feel that way when you're out there. Second and long, second down and 10. Here comes the blitz. Woo, this time Chandler runs right into a pass rusher, Derek Thomas. He tried to roll left, the waggle or the bootleg, whatever you want to call it. And they stick him and knock him down for a big loss.
Well, the blitz was made. The sack will be made by Derek, but the real pressure comes straight up the middle from a couple of other defenders that I can't recognize now. There we go. That's number 50, Anthony, coming in. Anthony Davis coming in to force the issue. A couple of other guys straight up the middle forced Chandler to just spin right to Derek Thomas.
Anthony Davis does some damage. The blitzing outside linebacker from Utah, number 50 for the Chiefs. On third and long, Chandler stands in. A long ball. Again, the defensive backs are there. Brilliant coverage by the Chiefs. Dale Carter running stride for stride with Willie Davis.
See, I love this, Don. We're not just handing off in a cloud of dust here. You're getting everything. Getting short passes, bombs, interceptions, knockdowns, running plays. This is a really excellent mixing of the play calling for both teams.
Chiefs had to go high to keep Dale Carter. He signed with the Minnesota Vikings, where his brother Jake Reed, the receiver, plays. And the Chiefs had a chance to match the offer. They did and kept him. Vanover now back for Kansas City, anticipating the punt from Reggie Roby. It's a high one. Vanover signals for and makes the fair catch at the 12-yard line. And that's where Bono and the Chiefs will go on offense when we come back to Houston.
Welcome to my garage. Go ahead, look around. That is the original 240Z. It's a real beauty. This is the first small truck in America. Dogs love trucks. Over here.
Whoa. But this thing hauls.
It won 3 consecutive world championships.
Oh.
Any car can get you where you need to go. A special car gets you there with a smile on your face. Remember, young man, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Nissan, who reminds you that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. By UPS, the official package delivery company of the NFL. By Reebok, are you prepared to say, this is my planet? And by Nicotrol, 6 weeks, 1 step. Take control with Nicotrol.
John Hall, starting left tackle, and he's been one of the best over his long career with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's on the sideline right now, troubled by a stiff neck. As the Chiefs leading by a point, their first possession of the second half. Going offense with Bono at quarterback. Handing off and running hard is Greg Hill. He's out to about the 16-yard line. Got about 4.
They're your team rushing leaders, correct, Don?
They are
For
indeed.
1995, and Kansas City was number 1, 138.9. And when you can do that, you win football games, especially when you can do that added to how they finished defensively.
And they had no 1,000-yard rusher on their team. They did it by committee. Marcus Allen, Kimball Zander, Greg Hill, they all gained a lot of yards. And on the defensive side, the Chiefs had the #1 defense against scoring, allowing only 15 points a game. Look at the play by Vanover off the left flank. A slant play. He had a step on Darrell Lewis, and Bono threads it right in.
See, once again, the coverage here is excellent. Tamarick Vanover is just bigger. He outweighs these guys. He gets his body in the right position. And let's not forget that you have to throw that ball in a certain spot. And Bono put it right where it had to be.
Got to keep it down low to keep it away from the defender. And the Chiefs drive on, get a first down out to their 28-yard line. Back to the run. Greg Hill looks to pick his way through, but not much happening as he's knocked down by a big defensive tackle, Henry Ford from Arkansas, number 92 for the Oilers, who was moved to the inside from defensive end. Oilers playing without one of their best pass rushers, Robert Young, who they got from the Rams. Injured, unable to start today, and a rookie, Kendrick Burton, has been playing and doing well.
Robert Young was a game-time decision, so it's not a bad injury. I'm sure he'll be back in the lineup next week.
Moving a lot of people in and out. They've had Josh Evans in now, who they like a lot. The Houston Oilers on defense as Bono throws, comes in low, incomplete at the 37-yard line. That will bring up 3rd down and 8 for KC.
Well, you're seeing super defensive play. Both sides of the ball. That was a blitz on that play. Bono, luckily they had a rollout call that got him away from the blitz, but it still was too much pressure for him able to have a completion there.
It's a 1-point game early in the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs leading the Oilers 17-16. Bono on 3rd and 8. They pick up the blitz. He delivers the ball for a first down. Terrific throw, and it was to Tamarick Vanover. First down, Kansas City. 17-yard gain on the play.
Well, they're coming again. Look on the outside here. That's Michael Barrow. He almost gets there. He'll fall right at the feet of Bono. Bono steps up perfectly. And there's the big fellow again, Tamarick Vanover at the top of your screen. Just a simple little curl route, finds a little opening in the seam. I love it when they catch it with their hands. You can do much more after the catch when you catch with your hands. You catch your body, you have to throw your body up in the air.
Now that misdirection play that worked so well before does again on first down. It's good for a gain of almost 8 yards. Dak Judge throws in a penalty marker after the tackle by Marcus Robertson. Chiefs say it's against the Oilers. Oh, it's going to be offensive holding. He pointed to the wrong side. Hardy's writing for a full breakdown of what this ruling is going to be as they adjudicate on the field and have some difficulty doing it at the moment. Number one assignment of the referee, make sure the call is right, and his initial signal was correct. Dick Hantek ready to penalize the
Illegal
Chiefs.
block in the back. Offense number 81.
Chris Penn,
10-yard penalty.
illegal
Repeat
block.
the down. First down.
So that sets the Chiefs back to their 44-yard line.
We've seen a lot of wide receivers blocking in this game, cutting people, blocking downfield. That's sort of rare in the NFL. They get away from that a little bit, but both of these teams coach their receivers to block.
Very physical wide receivers. When they're not catching the ball, they're blocking. Here's Bono rolling out, swings the ball, gets it to Kimball Andrews. And good defense by Joe Bowden, who's having a terrific game for the Oilers. He makes the play, knocking him out of bounds after a gain of only about a yard. Oh, it's going to be ruled incomplete. He didn't hold on. .7:56 to go in the third quarter. Philadelphia holding to a 17-14 lead over Washington. A lot of close games on opening day 96. And more NFL football coming up on NBC. Most of you will see the Dolphins and the Patriots hook up down in Miami. Some will see the Jets do battle with the Broncos at Denver. It's about as easy to win at Denver as it is to win at Dallas. Second down and 13 play. And again, a whistle blows before the snap of the ball. Another penalty against the Chiefs.
Delay of game. Number 13, 5 yards. Still second down.
Marty a little bit upset with his quarterback that time, encouraging him to watch the clock. There's Paul Hackett, who calls the plays. They're all mad right now. Everybody's mad right now.
It's something a lot of teams have worked on this summer, and that is getting the play in quicker. A lot of teams have had trouble. Get 40 seconds between plays. And they have to try to shoot to get a play off in 25 seconds because inevitably there's going to be some delay. It's going to bring it close to 40. Kimball Andrews runs on second and long. Second on an 18 from the Chiefs' 38-yard line. He gets it out to the 44. Josh Evans makes the stop for the Oilers, a player that his teammates were raving about, number 91. They all said watch out for Josh Evans as a rising star. Not that big for a defensive lineman, but very quick and a nonstop motor.
That was pretty big to me.
Yeah. He's not small, is he? 6 feet 280. That's big. It's not tall, but it's big. Here's a throw and a catch. Bono delivering the ball right on the numbers. And it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down as he got tight end Keith Cash, who's made 2 diving receptions after losing a fumble in the second quarter.
It's a very interesting play call, a great play call by Kansas City. They know that Houston has excellent corners. They will put men on those wide receivers man for man and then allow everyone else to scramble. So Kansas City calls a play to the tight end and gets something very close to a first down. In fact, both of these defenses are very similar in their philosophy. They have great cornerback play. They put them man for man on the wide receivers and expect those corners to eliminate the threat from the wide receiver.
It is a first down. Well, as Jeff Fisher was saying, that Kansas City's defense is so good because their cornerbacks take 2 people out of the game usually.
Watch the offensive line play here. This is a critical down. It's third and medium length. And boy, they give the quarterback Bono a nice alley to throw through. That is Zott, Grunhard, Shields, Sigler. We don't talk about those guys enough. That was a super job by the offensive line. Chris Wellman, I'm sorry.
Bono now is 18 for 28 throwing the ball for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's Vanover. And Tamarick Vanover runs it down to the 35-yard line of the Oilers, run out of bounds by Baron Wortham.
Tamarick Vanover will come from the right side of your screen. He's in motion, then he stops and wheels around and takes a play. He's had one heck of a game. It just, you you just have to marvel at the number of things that he can do. He returns kicks, he catches passes, they'll hand the ball off to him. Look at the total yards in 1,897 total yards last year, second best in the history of that historic franchise.
Here's a throw. It comes in high as Bono couldn't get any accuracy on the ball as he rolled to his left and threw to the left. He was looking at Kimball Anders. Tamarick Vanover left Florida State after his sophomore year. He was a first-team All-American kick returner as a freshman. Ran back one of the first kicks of his career against Miami for 94 yards and a touchdown. But he wanted to go to pro football, and he went to the CFL. He played for the Las Vegas Posse and Ron Meyer out in Nevada, and then came to the Chiefs last year as a third-round draft choice. You talked, Beasley, about his unusual size. He's 5'11", but weighs 218. It doesn't seem like dimensions built for speed, but he's one of the fastest players on the field. Bono had an open man. Lake Dawson was running beyond the coverage. Ball comes in high.
Well, this is an interesting moment in this contest.
Fourth down. Ball at the 37.
Marty's holding his quarterback in the game. Uh-oh.
I don't think they're going to worry about running out of time because they're too far for a field goal. And they'll hunt the ball from 5 yards back. It'll give Aguiar a little bit more room to work with.
So right now the defense is trying to figure out what are they going to do. Are they going to snap it back to the quarterback and he pooch kicks? Will they go for the fourth down? No. Well, now they're bringing in the special teams.
They
But a lot of options in a play like that.
Here comes Aguiar as they let the clock run out, so they're too far for the field goal. Ball positioned at the 37.
I think you'll notice.
13 on the offense. The penalty is accepted. However, the yardage is declined. The ball remained at the previous spot.
Oh, wow. Interesting. They decline the yardage.
That is the third delay of game penalty against Kansas City. And I think you'll notice that the starting defense, not the punt return team, will stay on the field because they may think that there's some shenanigans.
Some chicanery out there.
Chicanery.
Aguiar standing back at his 48-yard line. High snap, steps into the ball. He pooch punts it very nicely. Hits a high punt. Going to carry down and fielded on a fair catch at the 15-yard line by Mel Gray. So the Oilers in this scoreless second half continue to trail by 1.
How's business? Good question for sales or accounting, but not one you'd ask your shipping department. Until now. Introducing UPS Online. Powerful software, not just to point, click, and ship, but to tell you how a product is moving in the Northeast. Customize delivery schedules. Even prepare export documents. With UPS Online, your shipping department becomes a high-speed on-ramp to the information highway. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
How can I ever repay you?
You could try them.
It's fall. That means two things. Football and projects. That's why we're having the True Value Kickoff Kick-In sale. We're kicking it off by kicking in bonus items and extra savings. So you can get all those projects done and still have time to enjoy the season. Get True Test Easy Care Paint just $9.97, our lowest price of the year. We'll kick in a poster painted by an NFL quarterback free. True Value, official hardware store of the NFL and homes everywhere.
When a crime can't be solved and time is running out, they call her.
I just sort of picture it happening.
Profiler, coming to NBC Saturdays in 3 weeks.
Coming up next, Jimmy Johnson premieres in the AFC when he leads the Dolphins against Parcells and the Patriots. Or regional action next on NBC.
Baltimore back within 1. And there is the QB of the future for the Houston Oilers, number 9, Steve McNair, the second-year player from Elkhorn State, who greatness is predicted for, and he's been effective when he's been in there so far. 2-0 as a starter as a rookie. Had a good preseason. Right now, Chandler's the man. He's been very effective as the big defensive tackle Joe Phillips stops the run. McNair, though, is being everybody criticized the Oilers last year, Beasley, because they didn't shove this guy right in the lineup. But he's coming along beautifully, and a lot of these young quarterbacks like Heath Schuler and Trent Dilfer, who are high first-round picks, they're really struggling because they were forced into the lineup and they just weren't ready.
And a lot of them lose their confidence, and it takes them a couple of seasons to get the mindset that they had when they became #1 draft choices in college. So I think they're doing it the right way.
2nd down and 8. Back to the run, and this time the Chiefs defense gives up about 4 yards. They haven't given up much. Building a winner. Well, a lot of teams are following the lead of San Francisco and Dallas, who did it with offense, not defense. They did it with 3 great players. The 49ers with Montana, the great QB, Roger Craig, the great runner, and the great wide receiver, of course, Dwight Clark. Dwight Clark was the first. And, of course, came the greatest of all. And the Cowboys doing it with Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Irvin, their quarterback, runner, receiver. And they think here in Houston they're going to have one in McNair. Chris Sanders is the receiver, and Eddie George is the runner. But right now we have a pickoff by Dale Carter. And there are penalty markers down all over the field.
I think Chris Chandler knew he had a free play and just threw it up because KC was offside. No, they're saying Houston was offside.
Offsides. Defense,
Okay.
number 97.
He pointed the wrong
5
way.
yards. First down.
So, 5-yard penalty on 3rd and 4. Instead of an interception, the Oilers get a first down.
Yep, it's a big Saliamua. A little too eager on the blitz.
Quarterback cannot do that with
There's
his
Danny.
That is a foul. Mr. Hancock, that is a foul.
So Marty is saying, is accusing the quarterback of the hard count. But Marty didn't complain when Bono pulled him off.
Bobbing his head. Here is a give up the middle, and Eddie George breaks one of his best runs as he takes it out to the 34-yard line. Straight ahead power run behind a Pro Bowl center, Mark Stepnoski, a Pro Bowl guard, Bruce Matthews. A lot of talent in the offensive line of both these teams. 2 of the best centers in football, Grunhard of Kansas City and Stepnoski of the Oilers. Stepnoski, undersized, a former Dallas Cowboy who came here on a $9 million package as a free agent. Weighs under 270, but he usually makes 2 blocks of plays, never off his feet. Tremendous center. 4 straight Pro Bowls. Eddie George finds some room, and now Eddie George starts to show that Heisman Trophy form as he breaks a 2nd and 3 for a gain of 12 yards and a first down.
One thing we know about Eddie George, he's not going to run out of bounds.
That's right. Or gas. He can take a lot of
carries. Gas. That's right. So take a look at him here. He's finally finding ways to find some seams. And look, a lot of running backs would run out of bounds with 3 or 4 defenders coming at you right there. He turns it inside and takes a little and gives a little. You know, Don, I was worried that he might get a little impatient because he was having, trouble finding holes in the first half. But he's staying behind his blockers and doing a good job.
Chandler now throws. He makes a connection on first down to his H-back, Frank Wycheck from Maryland. Wycheck, a sure-handed receiver, gets out of bounds after gaining about 4 yards on the play.
You know, I want to mention one more thing about the quarterback situation at Houston. We showed some shots of Steve McNair. A lot of people waiting to see him play, but Chris Chandler had a great preseason and is really performing well. So, Chris is playing not because Steve is not ready necessarily, but also because he is doing one heck of a job, making the right reads, veteran performance.
Over his last 25 games, Chandler is one of the best quarterback ratings in the NFL over that period, dating back to when he was with the Rams. Ryan Washington makes the stop on Derek Russell. But it's very close to a first down. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard.
So once again, we're praising the Houston coaches for bringing Air McNair along slowly, but they also have the luxury of having a super veteran quarterback in Chris Chandler right there that they can, so they have that luxury.
Eddie George, the rookie, continues to run at the I-back position. The 4th Heisman Trophy winner drafted by the Oilers over the years. Billy Cannon, Earl Campbell, Mike Rozier, the others. On 3rd and short, we'll see if the Chiefs were drawn offside.
False start.
They were.
Offense, number 88. Prior to the snap, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Right at the end of the line right here, you'll see your tight end, Roderick Lewis, in preparation to block, gets a little movement, and the defensive linemen know exactly what to do when they catch you moving.
So instead of 3rd and 2, it is now 3rd down and 7 from midfield. It's a 17-16 game. Kansas City leading the Oilers by a point as they did at the half. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. Chandler, play faking. He's got time to throw deep and does. Whoa, did he get hit early? It looked like it was close, but they're apparently going to rule that Anderson was right there on time. Darren Anderson timing his hit just as the ball arrived. Looked like it might be early.
Well, here's a great look at it. We'll find out if it's early.
Yep, he got an arm out.
Yeah, he got the arm out, but you know, the rule on that is that if you don't impede the guy's progress, if you don't turn him, pull him, sometimes they'll let you get away with that one. So watch here. I mean, he simply lays the right hand on the shoulder. He doesn't pull him, does it? Yeah, he does pull him a little bit. Yeah, that was just a hair early, but it's hard to see that. Remember, we had to use slow motion replay to see it.
High punt, hit downfield. Vanover, live ball, and the Chiefs fall on it at the 32-yard line. So with 1:08 to play in the 3rd quarter, the score remains the Chiefs 17, the Oilers 16. It's because he can go from anywhere on the field into the end zone. A game breaker. Chiefs by 1. 1:08 to go, 3rd quarter. Vanover in motion as Bono hands off. And trying it straight ahead is Greg Hill, and the Oilers shut that down with some hard licks up front. Blaine Bishop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, came up and hit the runner.
Boy, that's an amazing read by Blaine, isn't it?
You better hope it's not a play fake.
Boy, if that was a fake, oh my goodness, what a great read.
Bishop, Marty Schottenheimer said Blaine Bishop, the strong safety, and Michael Barrett, outside linebacker, are as good as anybody in the league at those positions right now. Bono on 2nd and 10, stands in. He's got an open man, gets the ball to Greg Hill. Moving ahead, and Hill has a 1st down for the Chiefs out to the 46-yard line. Well done by Greg Hill, the runner from Texas A&M in his 3rd year. 1st round pick of the Chiefs in '94. 16-yard gain on the play. And that will do it for 3 quarters of play here in Houston. As the score remains, the Chiefs 17, the Oilers 16. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is Don Criqui with Beasley Reese. Back in Houston, the Kansas City Chiefs' Neil Smith backing down some ice. He's had a big day, had a sack earlier today. But the game has been a slug it out, down in the trenches, knock him down game from start to finish. A lot of big plays, but a lot more hitting. And the Chiefs protecting a 1-point lead. Go to the run, and Greg Hill is submarined at the line of scrimmage. On a 1st down carry, he is taken down on a very good defensive play by Henry Ford, who's moved into defensive tackle number 92.
These guys are playing some defense. That's excellent penetration by Ford. Also Baron Wortham. When you destroy a play at the line of scrimmage to the point where you get 2 or 3 yards into the backfield, it's very difficult for an offense to execute.
Blowing the play up, they call it.
That's it.
Bono bringing his team in and out of the huddle at their leisure now. 2nd down and 11. There's a terrific play executed by the Chiefs. He fakes the handoff to Hill, swings the ball out to Tamarick Vanover, and then Darrell Lewis stays with Vanover and hauls him down after a gain of about 6 yards. It almost went the distance.
You know, that was just super defense. Now watch from the beginning, Michael Barrow from the outside, forcing the issue very quickly. Dishman right on the receiver when he catches the ball. As a result, they gain only a couple yards on the play. So that's 2 plays in a row down where the defense just simply forced something to happen immediately.
Got it down, brings up 3rd down, and the Chiefs need 6. Markers are down. Bono throws, and it was on the hands of Joe Bowden. He almost picked it off.
It's on the hands of the wrong guy from the Kansas City perspective.
Could be an offside against the Oilers. That's what the Chiefs are signaling anyway. But what else would they signal? Not against themselves. Gary Walker was in the neutral zone, it looked like, at the snap of the ball. Defensive tackle for the Oilers.
Offside, defense in the neutral zone at the time of the snap. Left defensive end, 5 yards. Repeat the down, 3rd down.
So the ball now positioned at the 46. Let's see where they're going to put it at. Right at midfield, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about. I've got to get this straightened out. 3rd down and 1 is what it should be. Now they're moving the marker. The ball will be at the 45-yard line. 3rd down and just over a yard with 13 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the game. Power set. Chiefs with extra tight ends. They take it up the middle. A bootleg by Bono. This is the play he went 76 yards against Arizona for a touchdown on. Somewhat of a slew foot, but he can make it happen with those great fakes as the whole Oiler team did. And the Chiefs have a 1st down.
Oh, can they sucker you with this play? They had Michael Barrow. Once he recognizes it, it's too late, so he's scrambling around on the ground. As you mentioned, against Arizona, it was Valerio leading Bono the length of the field almost. This time it's Keith Cash turning around to get a block. They run that play as well as anybody in the league. They get big plays out of it.
Bono heading for the sideline, not the end zone, when he saw he had the 1st down. Well done. Now he looks, dumps it over the middle. And a good hit made an open field on Kimball Anders. As coming up was Joe Bowden, who must have double-digit tackles. He makes the stop, but the Chiefs are in field goal range with a 1-point lead. A field goal would be huge, forcing the Oilers to score a touchdown. Still a lot of time left, though. 12:35 to play in the game. There's Stoyanovich, the ex-Dolphin. Surprised a lot of people, Beasley, when Jimmy Johnson traded Stoyanovich to Kansas City.
You know, it did, and a lot of people have been surprised at a couple of moves by Jimmy.
Well, the guy kept can kick off into the end zone. As the run by Greg Hill is going to be to about the 25-yard line of the Oilers. Stopped by Blaine Bishop.
Watch Kimball Anders taking on Michael Barrow here. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. That is textbook perfection. Face in the numbers and driving a man back on his back. Oh, my.
Using every ounce of his 230 pounds to knock down Barrow. 3rd down, and the Chiefs need 7 from the 25-yard line. Here's a throw and a catch. Free ball incomplete. Ball is separated from the receiver by Marcus Robertson. Danon Hughes had it for the moment. It's incomplete. And Stoyanovich and the Kansas City field goal unit now take the field, looking to extend the KC lead to 4. Kansas City returned home next Sunday for their home opener against the Oakland Raiders at Arrowhead Stadium. Raiders still winning 14-13 at Baltimore. Oilers have a tough one. They go on the road to play Jacksonville at Jacksonville, team that's right now leading the Steelers. 43-yard field goal, and Stoyanovich doing what he was brought in to do, and that's drive through the long ones. And the Oilers now find themselves down by 4 with 11:27 left to play. Chiefs tight end Keith Cash up and okay. He was shaken up on blocking on the field goal unit.
He's on the outside of your line. He tries to block 2 guys here. It's a kind of a rocking technique, and then you see that the player falls on his leg, you rock to the inside guy first because he's the most dangerous, and then you lean out to the outside guy because he has the furthest to run to the ball.
Kansas City's kickoff is fielded at the 7 by Mel Gray. And again, Kansas City's special teams coverage is very good. And so down by 4, the Oilers will have the ball with the long field to go in the fourth quarter. It's 2016. Marty Schottenheimer and his Chiefs came in the local papers favored by 4 points. And that's what they're leading by with 11:18 to play. The Chiefs at home against the Oakland Raiders next Sunday at Arrowhead. And you'll see that on many of these NBC stations. The next week they go to Seattle, come back home to play the Broncos, then go against another AFC West opponent at San Diego to close out the month. Schottenheimer and his team looking to make amends. They all talked about the disappointing loss in the playoffs to the Colts. Really is something that has propelled this team into training camp and into the regular season, making amends for it. And the Chiefs have looked very sound after trailing early in the game 10-0. Here is a throw and a catch. And running in the open field is Ronnie Harmon, and he's out to the 40-yard line.
This is so close to an interception that you won't believe it. And actually the protection was starting to break down just a little bit around Chris Chandler. But he throws this, talk about a crowd. He gets it right in between 2 guys, and then Ronnie does what Ronnie's been doing for 11 years. 18-yard gain on the play.
Number 1 draft choice of the Buffalo Bills out of Iowa. Played 4 years there. Did not get along with Jim Kelly, and after a drop pass in the playoff game at Cleveland, they traded him to San Diego. Actually, they released him, and he was picked up as an unrestricted free agent by the Chargers, which a lot of people thought was a major mistake by the Bills, as Anthony Davis makes the stop here, but there is a gain on the play of about 7 yards. As you see in career receptions for running backs, Roger Craig, retired from the 49ers, still the all-time leader. Ronnie Harmon very well may be by the end of his career.
Ronnie is very valuable in situations like this when you need to really march it down the field. He's an excellent change of pace.
And Eddie George, the heralded rookie, pointed to Ronnie Harmon along with Chris Dishman as 2 guys that have really helped him adjust to pro football with their leadership. 2nd down and 4. Chandler gets some time. He has time to look deep and throw deep. Over the middle, instead he drills the ball in for a first down. Malcolm Floyd takes the ball for an Oiler first down, so the Oilers driving with a lot of time left. 9:30 to go. Keith Cash has a strained knee, and questionable whether or not he'll return. Beasley, important player.
Yes, he is. He's been involved in a lot of things, like an H-back, like a tight end.
Here's a handoff, and the Chiefs stuff Eddie George and the run.
It's very difficult to do anything when you've got people right at your feet right away. Now, this is a kind of a naked handoff, but everybody misses. Bruce Matthews misses his block completely. Brad Hopkins missed his block completely.
Jerry Rome calling the plays. Oilers dig in. 2nd down. They need 11. Here's a blitz. Picked up. Chandler gets time. Now he's running out of time, and he's on the run. And Chris Chandler's ahead inside the 40 and dives ahead to the 35-yard line. Chandler has a first down for Houston. What a game. This is a great game.
This is a full blitz. As you can see, Anthony Davis coming in, but he's buried. It breaks down on the backside, and then watch Neil Smith. As fast as he is, he almost gets ahead, and Chris Chandler rumbles in for the first. And there's the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs, Comfort Cunningham, real fiery guy.
Eddie George, both arms on the ball, uses all of that power to take it down close to the 31-yard line. But time becoming a factor in this low-scoring second half. Kansas City allowing 15 points a game all of last season. Best defense against scoring in the NFL. And they've allowed the Houston Oilers no points at all in the second half so far.
You know, Don, it's so different for a lot of these college runners like George, who's used to these big holes at Ohio State. Yeah, you'll have to adjust. Right. These are tiny holes.
He talked about how fast the game is in the pros, and how quickly those holes collapse. Chandler throws. He's got an in inside the 25-yard line. Eric Russell makes the catch. Martin Bayless brought him down, but the Oilers drive closer with 6:45 to play.
It's a three-step drop, so you know it's going to be a quick play. Just stops quickly, throws to the receiver who's curled up in a little cushion, a little soft spot in the zone. It's a nice play, nice throw and catch.
Look out for Chris Sanders going wide right. He'll be at the top of your screen.
This is where your veteran quarterback really comes in handy. No mistakes down here.
And Eddie George. They talked, Jerry Rome did, about how quick his feet are for such a big man, how he can change directions. He does that there. And Eddie George is starting to build up some yardage inside the 20. He gains 7.
And remember, this is 235. Watch the 2-foot cut right there to go at almost 45 degrees, and then another nice cut about 6 or 7 yards downfield. It's very difficult for a big man to do. Very rare when a guy can do that at his size.
You recall he had 10 carries for only 5 yards to start out, but now he is up to 39 yards on 19 carries. So he has 29 yards in those last 9 carries. They go back to Eddie George all day long, and George cuts back inside the 10-yard line. So the best runner in college football last season, a Heisman Trophy winner from Ohio State, carries the load, and this is opening day in the NFL.
I still think he's cutting against Ghost a little bit. See, there's nothing out there that he jumps inside. Oh, my goodness. That's nice footwork.
It is now first down and goal for the underdog Houston Oilers as the Chiefs' big defense digs in. Kansas City leading 20-16. 5 minutes to go in the game. The handoff, and again, Eddie George gets yards, not a lot, but he's down close to the 7-yard line. And there it will be second down and goal.
Well, look for a play-action fake here. Maybe stick it in George's stomach, pull it back out because he's demanding a little respect.
Yes, he is.
A little attention.
Good play fake to him, huh?
Oh, he's getting excited now.
Well, I tell you, he's in unbelievable condition, and we saw that looking at him.
He's a specimen like I cannot describe. Trust me, your television set is not doing him justice.
It's a thing of beauty, really.
He's a god.
Chandler looks. He throws. Incomplete to Chris Sanders. And a huge down comes up now with 4:15 to play. The Oilers have to settle for a field goal. They'd still be down by 1 and have to have a defensive stop and get the ball back.
I think you've got a couple of people upset here. That might have been the wrong route. See, Chris is upset. I think he's upset. Yeah, see, I think he's yelling at his receiver. When you're in a bump and run at that end of the field, normally you turn that quick out into a fade route up the sideline.
They might go to him again, though. That's Sanders to the right. That might not have been a good route, but he runs a lot of them. Chandler steps up, steps in. He's heading towards the end zone, and he gets to the 5-yard line. And it's fourth down coming up. His team down by 4 points. And the clock down to 4 minutes to play. And Jeff Fisher, general that he is, makes a quick decision. We're going to go for the field goal and get to within 1. You got a kicker like this, Del Greco. He can win it for you from 55 if need be, but the Chiefs aren't about to give the ball back if they can help it.
Well, he may be rethinking this issue. He's trying to get a timeout in.
Timeout. Timeout, Houston.
3:41 to play, and the Oilers down by 4. Call timeout. A critical time for the field general, the coach, who has to make the call now. It's going to be for a field goal try, Beasley.
Now, they would never fake it here, but they did show a fake in preseason, a fake extra point or field goal, and a fake punt they showed. They'll kick it here.
Pick it they do. Del Greco good again. He's been on target all day long, and he brings the Houston Oilers to within 1. But the Chiefs will get the ball back on a Houston kickoff when we come back. Chris Chandler, who directed his team down the field for the field goal that brought them within 1, now has to wait and hope that his defense can get him the ball back. As Del Greco, who's done a brilliant job kicking, he's hit everything he's tried today for the Houston Oilers, including 3 field goals and an extra point. And here comes rookie Jerome Woods for the Chiefs. And he's out to the 31-yard line, and that's where Kansas City goes on offense. First down and 10. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese in what has been a terrific opening game, as you predicted, Beasley. The team that loses this, though, what a tough emotional thing to come back from.
Especially for, and both teams, you're right. Kansas City knows that this can be one heck of a season for them. Houston also knowing that they have an opportunity to kind of make a statement, you know, with the problems with attendance and the team moving. They could make a statement here today with the victory.
Makes a throw and makes a connection out to the 40-yard line. Now they're going to rule it skipped off the ground. No completion. Chris Penn caught it on the 1 hop, says the side judge.
Here's an excellent look at it. It's just a classic stop pattern. Yep. Took a bounce about 3 inches before the receiver, and he is a great actor.
They all are. And it also, the incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:23 left. So now Bono and the Chiefs go to 2nd down and 10, leading the game by 1. A handoff. Oilers shut it down. A gain of only about a yard. They went to the ace, Marcus Allen, but Baron Wortham, who stepped in at middle linebacker when Al Smith was shaken up earlier, makes the stop for little or no gain. The pressure's on in Houston, Texas. Kansas City with the ball and a 1-point lead, 20-19. 3rd down coming up, and Bono and the Chiefs need almost 10. Bono fires. Is it a completion? No, they rule he was out of bounds. It's 4th down, and the Oilers will get the ball back on a punt. Chris Dishman defending Tim Eric Vanover. Let's watch Marty Schottenheimer during the play.
A lot of emotion swinging around during the course of the football game. The great stand by the defense makes Jeff Fisher's decision to kick the right call.
Punt is blocked by the Oilers. Penalty marker down. This is coming back. Ronnie Harmon looked like the guy got a hand on the ball. Block punt. They have to have a meeting on this. 2 penalty markers were down. And we will wait, as Marty Schottenheimer and everybody else will. Looked like Ronnie Harmon got a piece of it. And Dick Hantek will give the signal. Preliminary signal against the kicking team, against the Chiefs.
That's such a smart play to go for the block there, because Kansas City, assuming that Houston just glad to get possession of the ball with the opportunity to go down and get in field goal range and take a lead.
Good point. They kind of relaxed the punt blocking.
They relaxed just a little bit to the punt block, and they actually pull it off.
Russ Purnell, special teams coach for the Houston Oilers. We'll watch it again as the officials sort this out. There's about 40 players trying to help them.
Second man to the right. There's Ronnie Harmon. He comes in, steps inside of Mark Collins. who really had no chance to bounce back and forth to both guys, and gets the block.
Aguiar batted the ball ahead to a teammate. So the play cannot be run. Watch Aguiar. He bats the ball ahead. Oilers are going to take over the ball in field goal range already with 2:59 left to play. But if they do score, they want to be careful because these Chiefs have shown they can come right back. Remember at the end of the first half when the Chiefs rallied all the way down the field and got a touchdown on the Bono to Lake Dawson play. They did that with just over a minute to play in the half. Went all the way down.
Well, explanations everywhere.
Well, the officials are doing the right thing, because number one, being sure
that's right,
they get everything right. Most importantly, where the mark of the ball is. And then we'll get a full explanation from referee Dick Hantak with 2 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the game.
From an illegal bat on Kansas City. The ball is recovered beyond the line. Beyond the line by Kansas City. It is a spot of illegal touching. The ball cannot.
They're going to be a 15-yard
First down, Houston.
Well, they're very close to an unsportsmanlike conduct call. He kept interfering with the official.
That was one of the great on-field debates I've ever seen.
Ball was batted by Aguiar beyond the line of scrimmage. It's illegal. It's Houston's ball. The officials are absolutely correct.
Well, Marty seems pretty sure of something.
Well, maybe he didn't see his punter bat the ball, but
the penalty.
Okay, we'll get a further explanation here.
Are they still working on it?
Dick Hantak's going over to explain it to Marty.
Meanwhile, while the referee's over talking to Marty Schottenheimer, the game's about to resume. Now Hantak comes back out onto the field. He's still staying there. It was a 4th down and 10 play. Aguiar, the Kansas City punter, hit the ball. It was blocked by an unblocked punt rusher, Ronnie Harmon.
The ball clarification on the play. We had illegal batting by the kicking team, Kansas City. That penalty is declined. It is still a kick. Gained possession by the kickers beyond the line of scrimmage. They may not advance the ball once they gain possession. They did not make the necessary yardage. First down, Houston.
Absolutely. That's not to be saying I told you so. That's exactly what I said. That Aguiar illegally batted the ball forward. It's illegal.
And that makes it clear. What an excellent explanation. The ball is dead right there. Where Bayless grabbed it, it was dead immediately.
So now the Oilers down to the Chiefs 20-19 with 2:59 to play. These Chiefs will be hunting the ball, though. This is no sure thing for Houston. They go to the run, up the middle. And the Oilers protect the ball as Kansas City's huge defensive tackle, Joe Phillips, stuffs the run. And the clock ticks down.
Well, Don, we can expect very conservative play, running plays to bleed the clock down, to leave Kansas City very little after the field goal attempt. And that's all they're looking for, is to bleed the clock. They'll stuff the ball. And you notice it's not Eddie George this time. It's the 11-year veteran, Ronnie Harmon, who's in the backfield.
Was he an excellent receiver also, as evidenced by his 500-plus career catches? Chandler throws a dangerous throw. Is there a penalty marker? No.
I don't believe that call.
He tackled the receiver.
I do not believe that play call.
The receiver of Houston seemed to be tackled here, Beasley.
Watch Sally Amua at the end of this play. just really put a pretty good drill. But see, that ball could have been intercepted. I don't believe the play call. Why not just run the ball? They can make the field goal from where they are right now. Why not just gain another 10 yards, take it easy?
It's a 50-yarder from where they are. It's a long field goal. This point, it's a 50-yard field goal. Chandler wants to get it closer. He goes to the run. Now they're out of field goal range. Now it's a 57-yard field goal. Line of scrimmage plus 17. Penalty marker is down.
Offense prior to the snap. Number 77. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. Still third down.
Now we see Fisher protesting that hard count, drawing him off.
Please reset the game clock to read 2 minutes and 13 seconds. 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, the offense clearly jumped there before the play started. I tell you, I would have tried to make this a 40, 41, 42-yard shot. I would not have thrown that pass 2 plays ago.
It's the line of scrimmage plus 17 yards. 7 back for the hold and 10 more into the end zone. So Chandler has to throw it downfield. Here's his bootleg. Here comes a blitz. He releases the ball and he comes in high. With 2:08 to play. Still a lot of time. Will they pooch, punt, and try to get a defensive stop? They're sending Reggie Roby out. Now this is Del Greco coming out with him. Roby's going to hold. The kick will be from the 47-yard line. Be a 57-yard field goal. Al Del Greco can hit it from, well, it's going to be 56-Worth's position now. 56-yard field goal try. The whole Chiefs team's going to rush him. High snap. And the kick is going to be short. But my friends, it's not over. 2:02 left to play. And the Chiefs take over the ball.
By rule, a missed field goal is returned for the spot of the attempt.
So the Chiefs get terrific field position and to try now to run out the clock. It was a high snap, a bad snap. Roby did well to get it down in position from the ticket at all.
That was a bad snap at the wrong time.
Bruce Matthews, the snapper.
You know, Don, you'd be surprised how many of those really long kicks are psychologically easier for the kicker to attempt than one that he absolutely, positively should make. But you're free to make a swing at it. If you make it, you're a hero. If you don't make it, people say, well, you know, it's a 50-yarder.
That's right. Now the Chiefs looking to hold on here in Houston. A 20-19 game. Kansas City by 1. Marcus Allen runs, gets about 3, and this takes us down to the 2-minute warning as the clock ticks under to 1:57.
It's a 2-minute warning.
With Beasley Reese, this is Don Criqui back at the Houston Astrodome, where Al Del Greco, who was hurt by a high snap that Roby somehow got down. But this long field goal attempt, 51 yards.
Don, everything has to be perfect as it is.
Yep.
To make a field goal that long. And when the snap comes in that high, the mind of the kicker goes from concentrating on the kick to, oh, my goodness.
Now the Chiefs will try to run out the clock. 1:57 left. They go back to the run. Marcus Allen slashes across the 50 on 2nd down and 6. He got about 3, and the Oilers call a timeout with 1:51 to play.
Timeout.
Opening day 1996, the NFL on NBC, and there's no matchup better than this one as Marty Schottenheimer and his Chiefs and Jeff Fisher and his Oilers have been locked in almost mortal combat, just battling down after down. And now with 1:51 to play and the Chiefs leading by 1, Kansas City has 3rd down and they need a long 3. Bono looks to throw. There's nothing there. He fires and it's incomplete. And the Chiefs have to punt the ball, so with 1:46 to play, the Oilers will get it back. Is this a game or what?
It doesn't get any better than this one right here.
Keep playing.
And Houston has this thing nailed with the coverage. I mean, the defenders are everywhere. Here's Marty's.
This is a great football game. I'll tell you one thing.
Oh, man.
But the Chiefs, with that tremendous defense, it'll be back out there looking to shut down the Oilers, and Chandler's going to have to throw the ball downfield.
I wouldn't kick this straight at anybody.
Mel Gray, who can run it right back straight at you for the distance. And terrific special teams play again by the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Oilers have the long field to go to get in field goal range, and they have no timeouts left. Here's where you find out how good you are.
Well, they work on a 2-minute drill at the end of every practice from the first day of training camp until the last play of the season. And this is the reason that they work on it. The defense, once again, will play a little soft on the defense for the first 2 or 3 plays here, and then they'll clamp down. This is it.
Chandler's hit 16 at 28 for 216 yards. He's letting it go deep right off the bat. It's intercepted by Kansas City's Dale Carter. With 1:26 to play. Yeah, they tried to air it out to Sanders right away, and Dale Carter, who was burned earlier, makes the play.
Well, I just think they went for too much here. I mean, I'm figuring they're going to use the clock, throw a comeback route into the flat, 10 yards, step out of bounds. I mean, I understand the thinking because the defense also figures that you're going to go comeback route, you're going to go out route to the sideline.
And that, Beasley, was the Oilers' first turnover of this game. But there's still 1:26 to play. However, 4 running plays will end it because the Oilers are out of timeouts, and so they go into their prevent formation. Bona will take the snap and down the ball and let the clock run. And the countdown to the Chiefs' opening victory is now on. What a battle put up by Jeff Fisher and his Oilers. But in the end, some dramatic and wild plays, and the Kansas City Chiefs, who held Houston to 3 points in the second half, are going to come away with a 1-point victory, as Houston is now powerless to stop the clock. Chris Dishman taking it hard. It's a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Most of you will see the Dolphins and the Patriots. Drew Bledsoe was intercepted early, New England's quarterback, and Miami ran it back for a touchdown. Some wild stuff happening down at that stadium in South Florida.
Well, Don, this is the way the Kansas City Chiefs win games.
Yeah, that's right. They find a way to win.
Find a way to win. They keep it close. And Houston just barely lost to what might be the best team, certainly the best 2 or 3 teams in the National Football League. I mean, watch their season last year and the players they were able to keep to return here.
And the Chiefs will be most happy to get out of here with a 1-point win, their uniforms, and get on the plane and go back to KC to get ready for the Raiders, who were beaten at Baltimore today. And that will do it. We'll be coming back, though, to Houston, as the final score is the Kansas City Chiefs 20, the Houston Oilers 19. What a game it's been.